My name's Edward Chisholm, retired insurance person, and actually signed up or committed myself to a dragon boat team through another insurance person, name of Jerry Black and his wife Joanne Black. But anyway, Jerry says, "Ed, I want to talk to you." He said, "Well, look, I want you to join." He didn't say I would like you to join. He said, "I want you to join. I'm starting a dragon boat team, and I want you to be on it." Okay? He was very definite about the wanting. I said, "Look, Jerry, I don't know anything about paddling. You don't need, me on your team. You're not going to win any races with me there. Well, what do I know about paddling?" He says, "We want you. We got to have you." And this was before the team really formally formed. And then I met a fella, and you know him, Ron McDonald. He says, "Well, Ed, I want you to be the steers person." I says, "Ron, I don't know anything about paddling, let alone steering. I'm not qualified. I mean, there's a lot of responsibility." He says, "Don't worry about it. I will teach you." He's a good teacher, by the way. The steers person. The steers person is the boss once that flag goes down to start the race. This is the one I personally am the most proud of. And the reason for that is we won the Taiwanese, competing against Taiwan, competing against the Samoans, competing against all kinds of people who were much, much stronger than we were and younger. And this is the gold medal. We were surprised that we had won it. We had just, by inches, we won this medal, and this was the Telus Cup. I want to talk about this one because we had to paddle in Taiwanese boats. They are very heavy. They were teak. They were very difficult to paddle in. They were close to the water. Any wave came and just swamped us. We got water in the boat. Steering was very, very difficult. And it was a windy day. Do you remember that, Bill?
I do.
A windy day, and we made it, and we were from the get-go. We were never behind.
Scotiabank Dragons can pick it up.
Come on, A-Team!
Very, very tight, but the A-Team is still starting to pull away a little bit. They've got a good finish here. And it looks like it is going to be the A-Team, followed by the Scotiabank Dragons. But here comes Enter the Dragon. They might actually come into second place if they can make it.
Now this is the other gold medal we won. We won again the Taiwanese festival, the Taiwanese Cultural Festival. And this was in 2003. This is the gold medal for that race, okay? And again, we were in Taiwanese boats. Again, the teak, heavy boats. Very difficult to steer, very difficult to paddle. We won it. So there's two medals. We won two gold medals. This one here, 2003. This is called the Taiwanese Cultural Festival. This one here was a gold medal, and this was the Telus Taiwanese Festival. Okay, Telus. Okay, so they're not in. Do you remember the big Samoans? They were huge guys, and I always bragged that I beat the crap out of them. I was really meaning we beat them.
I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to ask you, given the length of time that you've been associated with the A-Team, what do you think it is, or what are the things that sustain it in over 25 years?
Okay, it was the camaraderie there was the enjoyment before we raced and the enjoyment after the race, whether we won or whether we didn't win. That was not the primary reason we succeeded. It was the togetherness.
Dragon boating, because we all benefit from it. Like me, I think it kept me healthy, and there's no other sports that for my age, to get into. I can get into other thing, and this is a very wonderful sport, and we have a very unique situation here in Vancouver. We have wonderful facilities, which is just 10 minutes away from where we live. And where can you get that kind of environment? You know, behind you have beautiful mountains, snow-capped, nice water, clean, and perfect, you know, it's a good exercise. By the way, I was just telling about before I started joining the team, I had some major lower back problem, and I asked my doctor about joining the Dragon Boat team because of it. He kept first insisting that I should go with them and try out, and the first few sessions was kind of difficult for me, but everyone encouraged me to keep on going, you know, and so after a few years of paddling with the team, I discovered that my lower back problem improved so much that I no longer have to see my chiropractor. I don't have to take Advil and Tylenol. Yeah, what happened, I think, is with the dragon boating, it helps improve the muscles on my back, and it helps support the skeletal structure. And I really encourage other people to get into this kind of the dragon boats thing. So that's one of the benefit, and of course there are other benefits. You know, we have nice group of go for coffee, go for lunch, and we have parties. So much fun, especially during the time of Laurel.
Most definitely.
You can tell we have a team member. She used to be my SID member, SID partner for several years, and she's veteran, Canadian. She's a veteran, right?
Navy veteran. She was in the Second World War.
Yeah. Very fun lady, and she's probably 10 years older than me, and she paddled almost several times a week.
Oh yeah, she never missed them.
We never missed.
She never missed them.
Laurel's name is on the Team Spirit Award. She was the epitome of team spirit in my mind, and members of the team during her tenure with the team. Yeah, I think those of us that paddled with her, it was an honor, and we have very fond memories of a lady who epitomized team spirit as we know the team spirit of the A-team. As far as me joining the A-team and what it's meant to me, it was to, I think the thing that comes out of my association with the team is camaraderie. I have team friends, lots of team friends. With the team, I have team friends who have become personal friends that I would never have in my personal life had I not joined the team. And the A-team is a special team. We are a defined team as to who we are and what we profess to be, and we are a seniors competitive team, and we are inclusive. That basically means that those that contribute there or participate in practices and know when they join the team that they are joining a racing team, however, are included in the annual activities of the team, and that has made us kind of special. We've even had the odd person join our team from within the dragon boating community when moving from one team to another, had chosen the A team because of who we are and how we treat our members within our own group. And I'm proud to say I'm a member of the A team.
My name is Pat Wright, and I was paddling for 20 years.
So why did you do it?
It was like an answer to a prayer, really, because I had lost my husband in July of 1999 in a terrible drowning accident on Bone Island. I was praying for something that I could do on the water that would make me happy. And so I was coincidentally invited over to some friends who had been neighbors in time. They said, "Oh, we're going to organize a group for a celebration of Robbie Burns next month. And would you like to come? It'll be at the Scottish Community Centre." And so I was thrilled to be invited and said, "Oh yes, I would love that." So when I went, I was seated next to a lovely couple that also lived in their building, Betty and Ron McDonald, and they were chatting away with me during the course of the evening about dragon boating, and they wanted to start a new seniors dragon boat team in the new year, which would be in March, they said. And they said if we can get at least 14 people signed up, we'll be able to begin. And so they told me the basics of dragon boating and what it was all about, and you know that it's competitive too. You can go into races at regattas. It just sounded like such a wonderful idea, because there was camaraderie, there was exercise, there was getting out in the fresh air. There were 2 practices a week. It all just sounded like the answer to a prayer, which was what I was wanting and looking for. So I said, "Oh yes, I'd love that. I'd love to try it." I wasn't sure if it would work for me, but it sounded wonderful. So sure enough, in the beginning of March, they gave me a call and said, "We're ready to go. Come down on Wednesday morning." So at the beginning of the month, I was down there at the first practice, and I kept on and never looked back. Well, I would describe them as being very fine people. I always found them very engaging, pleasant to be with, kind, friendly, all the good things. You know, I never found fault with any of them. I mean, some of them would have quirky dispositions, of course, and maybe, you know, get a little annoyed with things, but so
Well,
what?
that's
Normal.
Right.
And but for the most part, they were just lovely and very kind and outgoing. And you know, I found over the years it was marvelous, but in many ways. And one way that I hadn't even thought of was that later on we attracted semi-retired or retired nurses. At one time we had 6 of them on board. So if anything went wrong, they were right there. Well, yes, I found that the social aspect of being a team member and being together, you know, through March down to the end of October every year was very advantageous and really made me feel very happy, because we had 3 social events every year. We not at the beginning, maybe probably it came later that we had 3, but at some point we had a pub night in the spring, a picnic sort of potluck outdoors in the summer, and then our wind-up dinner nearer to Christmas, which was usually potluck. And it was all so wonderful, and we'd have, little fun events going on at those different social gatherings.
Hey, shake your booty!
It was very lovely. It was good for me because I didn't have a husband, so that was another aspect of my social life, and a very important one. The other thing that I think they're missing out on, really, to be honest, the team at present, they're not doing any out-of-town regattas, and we used to do them every year. We'd go up to Kelowna at the beginning, and we went to Victoria. We've been to Portland. We've been down as far as San Francisco twice. But I thought it was a nice part of it. That I really feel grateful that we were doing that. That people did sign on for that.
My name's Bill Redhead.
And how long have you been paddling, Bill?
In a few more weeks, I've finished my 24th year.
It's impressive. So the core question, why do you do this?
Why do I do this? 24 plus years ago, I was between jobs, and a friend of mine from my industry, and then became a personal friend aside from a business associate, contacted me about a group of people just starting to get together to form a dragon boat team, and wondered if I might consider coming out for a couple of paddles. At that time, that many years ago, I think a lot of people in Vancouver knew what a dragon boat was because of Expo. Expo 86 is where dragon boating entered North America, and had been in existence for a few years in Vancouver. But I will say that when I was asked if I would join a dragon boat team, it really was dragon what? in two senses. One is I didn't know an awful lot about the sport, and the other is I was a sedentary office worker, so for the thought of getting involved with a competitive sport was just that, dragon what. I said no on the first go round. My friend came back a week later, and I kindly said no again. And then each of us, having been in a marketing type of activity within our industry, my friend then brought in a marketing ploy to get me to come out. He said, "Bill, why don't you just come out to see what it's about? Why don't we just go for coffee?" It's very difficult to say, no, I don't want to go out for coffee with a friend. I also knew they did not serve coffee on board. I could figure it out that the coffee would be after the paddling and not before the paddling. So I did agree to go out, basically on that basis, that a friend was asking me to do something that would help his group of people that were being put together for the dragon boat team. The first day I went out, it was miserable and cold. The people I was paddling with had only been paddling as a team for, I think, a matter of a month or so. In dragon boating, timing is everything. And they were all able to keep time with the stroke. I remember, as I said, sedentary office worker. We went from where the houseboats are at Granville Island to the restaurant that was called Monk's years ago. That's before the Cambie Street Bridge. And halfway there, my shoulders were aching with the lactic acid, and I'm wondering how the people that were in the front of the boat could go that far without stopping. And now, some 24 and a half years later, we go from far end of Alder Bay to past the Cambie Street Bridge as a warm-up. And to me, it's just a good warm-up now. So I've benefited immensely, fitness-wise, from the dragon boating. The third time I went out, 2 times was in rain, cold, and I thought this isn't for me. And the third time I went out, it was a sunny, warm day, and there's no better place in Vancouver to be on a sunny, beautiful spring day than on the water. So I got hooked. I think the rest is history. This is 24 and a half years later, and I'm still paddling.
Well, for why I started was one day I was talking to a friend I knew not a close friend, and she just mentioned by chance that she was doing dragon boat paddling, and I thought I'd love to try that, and so I said, "Oh, I'd love to try that," and she said, "Oh, well, come down," and so it was that easy to just go down to Granville Island and meet the team and get in the boat and try it. And the people were so nice and friendly, and I was able to do it without, I mean, anybody can do it in a way. I mean, to do it with skill, of course, takes time, but dragon boating is great in that it's very inclusive to all kinds of people, even disabled people, like the kidney dialysis team and the blind team and breast cancer survivors. Obviously, everyone knows that. People usually, when I say I'm a dragon boat paddler, people say, "Oh," and they assume that you've had breast cancer if you're a woman and you're dragon boating. But anyway, so I think I had all my life I had never been an athlete of any type, and being able to be on a team and do this activity that was going to include racing, that was something that had been totally missing from my life, and so it was a wonderful opportunity. And I did try to improve my fitness somewhat, and I tried really hard to learn what we were being told to do as far as actually, improving the technique of paddling. And I mean, I took it seriously, I guess is what I want to say. And it was just being on a team and going to the regattas, and especially the out-of-town trips. That was so much fun, and so much team spirit, which I'd never experienced before. And all in all, it was just a wonderful experience.
Hi, my name's Kevin Lutz, coach of the A team. Been coaching down here for over 20 years, and just having a fantastic time with this team. Such great team spirit, and every Wednesday and Friday morning coming down here, just love it.
Kevin, how long have you been coaching them?
I've been coaching A team. This is my second year. Did about half of a year last year, and this is the first full year of coaching the A team. And prior to that, I had another team down here that I coached, and I've been coaching down here for coming up to 30 years now. Prior to that, I paddled for 10 years competitively for a great team down here as well.
How did you get involved with the A team?
Kind of interesting. It was kind of word of mouth. I knew one of the coaches on the A team, prior coach, and she had asked me to sub in and fill in for her. And then one thing led to another, and she decided to give up coaching the A team for the end of last year, and I took over, and I was lucky enough to be asked by the A team to come and coach them this year. Okay? And that's what we want your body to be doing. A little bit of rotation to get that blade forward. Okay? If it's like this, you can get the blade forward like that, and then you can work with your arms. And you'll be dead halfway through the race, as we all know. Okay? So we got to get the whole body working and get the top hand a little bit higher up, arm a little bit straighter, and rotate it. And lean forward a little bit more. At the end of the stroke, sitting up. Okay? When we do our start sequence, if you can use the same technique, then you're going to be using your back to pull those first 5 strokes out of the hole, which makes it much more powerful. So in other words, when we're prepared to start, if you've got that top hand a little bit higher, you're rotated, guess what you're going to do? You're going to unrotate and sit up. Okay? And that's going to generate a lot more power and get that boat going faster, especially in those first couple of strokes, which is super, super important. That's where our momentum starts. From a dead stop is in those first 2 strokes. Okay? The other thing that this does, it links us all together. Okay? So instead of having somebody's arm like this and somebody's arm like this, if we're all linked together, our timing should be effortless. Okay? And that's really what we want, the effortless timing, or if you got a big spider on the top of your head.
I'm Barbara Duggan, and I happen to be the A-team manager this year.
Oh, wow.
So there you are.
How long have you been with the A team?
I think about 8 to 10 years.
8 to
paddling.
10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
How did you get involved?
Actually, a friend in my book club asked me to join, but I was actually involved in whitewater kayaking for many years in a previous life. And so I've just always really liked to be on the water, and I never even thought about dragon boating until someone asked me to participate, and it's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
What's it like rowing with 20 people?
Paddling with 20 people.
Rowing,
Sorry,
yes,
Kurt,
no.
I'll just correct
Let's
you there.
take that again. What's it like paddling with 20 people?
This is such an amazing team, and it's so exciting to be on the water, partly because you're in the middle of Vancouver, you've got the seals and the geese and sometimes the derelict boats you have to deal with, but and the people are incredible. I mean, I look at it's 60 plus, but there's a handful who are over 80, and I know when I joined there was one member, Pat Wright, who was in her late 80s, and I looked at her and I thought, I'm sticking with this sport. She was amazing. And we actually had another member who was 90 before he stopped and went into outriggers, or he'd done that all at the same time. So it's just a group of fit, like-minded, really wonderful people that we paddle with, and very lucky, very fortunate.
Hello, my name is Barbara, and my role on this team started off as just a paddler, trying to figure out how to paddle a dragon boat. The second year, I became secretary, and then the third year, which is this year, I became manager. So not only am I trying to figure out how to paddle, I'm also figuring out how to help the team and manage it. We joined 3 years ago, and basically it was to help the upper body get more exercise. Walking, gardening, doing a variety of other things are mostly lower body, so it was to try and do the upper body, not realizing that in dragon boating you have a lot of lower body, back, leg, muscles that are used. And what keeps me going is the workout, is the people, is the fresh air. You cannot find a better place but on False Creek on a clear day, and just paddle away and have fun.
I'm Neil. My role is the co-captain. I've been on this team 3 years. The reason I joined is basically sitting next to me. She did all the research, found the team, and if it hadn't been for COVID, we probably would have been on quite a lot earlier. But anyway, why do we do this? Or why do I do it? I do it for the same reasons. It's the camaraderie, the cardio, the workout. Even in those horrible days in March and October where the weather is awful, it's still a lot of fun. And the sustaining part is I've found it's great. The cardio we get from this crosses over into all my other sports. So we swim at kids' pool, and years would go by and I would feel awful when I swam at kids' pool, but now I have great lung capacity thanks to the great workouts I get from this.
Hi, my name is Kathy Rourke. I am a member of the A-Team. My role on the A-Team is fitness or leader of the warm-ups. I do it and I share the role. So I do it on Friday with music, and then I warm up the team during the regattas. Years on the team, I've been 12 years. I started the year I retired, and I have done it for 12 years. Love it. And I joined, a friend of mine invited me to join the team to try it out, and her name is Janice Copeland, and since then I've stuck with it. And before I retired, I tried it for I think 2 times with another team, but the timing was not great. And I do this because of the fitness level. I love being on the water. It's close to home. I love the team members. It's social, it's fun. We all have a great time together. And I like just feeling as part of a team. And what sustains me is feeling that I'm an athlete, which I've never done before, and I'm good at it. I've got lots of positive feedback from team members and the coach, so that's a big thing that sustains me. And also a little bit of winning is good, but the big thing I think that sustains me is that my kids are proud of me, that they see their mom doing something that is fitness level, keeps her fit, active, and longevity in terms of her life. So I think that is the big thing that sustains me, is having my kids feeling somewhat proud of me in terms of an athlete, and they're very proud of me. So that's what sustains me, and also the team and the camaraderie.
Hi, my name is Yvonne, and I am, my role on the boat is engine in the middle. I'm one of the long-legged people that take a place in the middle of the boat. And on the team, I'm the social coordinator, so I get to plan all the parties. So I get all the fun. I've been on the team for almost 10 years. This fall, it'll be 10 years. And one of the other long-term people on the boat asked me to come try it out 10 years ago, and within 2 weeks, I was shopping for a PFD and a paddle. So 10 years later, I'm still loving it and not giving it up anytime soon. Why do I do this? I think I do it for the team, the camaraderie of the team for sure. But I also do it for the fitness. It's amazing. I don't think there's anything else I've done recently that allows me to just give everything I've got.
Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. Take a seat, 18, take a seat. 18, come on, take a seat. 18, go, 18, go. 18, go, you're doing it, you're doing it. 18, go, go, go. Take a seat. Yes, yes, yes. 18, go, go, go. Keep going. 18, go, you're doing it. Go, go, go. 18, go. Come on, whoop them. 18, go, go, go. Yes, yes, yes. Whoa. Yes. 18. That is my team. That is my team.
And that's the thing of dragon boating. You get to just give it all, and it feels so good. It just feels so good. And What keeps us coming back, it's not the rain in October, but every day we show up. Every day we show up because the rest of the team is going to show up. And rain or shine, we show up. We love it more when it's shiny, but you never regret coming. And coffee afterwards always makes it worthwhile. And it's the best thing ever. It's the best.
Hi, my name's Fiona Hayes, and I've been paddling for about 12, 13 years. Why do I paddle? Well, I wasn't too sure when I started. It was a new experience for me. Friends of mine asked me if I wanted to try it, and I'm pretty much game for anything, so I try it once. And once is all I needed. I found it such good energy around the team, and the exercise I got and being out in the water in Vancouver is, we're very lucky to have a spot that we can get in any kind of boat or craft and get out on the water. So the Dragon boat was very intriguing to me. Never done it before. I rowed a boat before, paddle. I never paddled, and my friends say, "Are you going rowing today?" And I said, "It's actually paddling." So getting into it wasn't that difficult. There's anywhere from any given day when we paddle, there's 12, 14, 20, 25 people, and lovely people, met new friends. Actually have made lifelong friends, I believe now. And the exercise and just feeling welcome. And when we're not there, people will ask, "Where's so-and-so?" We tend to keep track of our paddlers and make sure everybody's okay because we're of age. And I don't know we do it twice a week, Wednesday and Friday mornings, and I really don't know what I would do without it, without having that, because I play golf and I play pickleball, but I'm not really involved in a group sport. And I was very lucky to find this, and I certainly encourage anyone to try it. It's not going to be for everybody, but if you're anything like me, you'll get hooked on it, and you just want to become better and better. And again, after paddling, we go for coffee and get caught up in everybody's lives. And it's people take care of each other on this team, so I'm thankful for that because I certainly need a lot of taking care of. Our coaches, I've had probably 4 different coaches, and all wonderful people, and they're not doing it for the money, that's for sure. Each coach brought something different to the table, and I learned a lot from the 4 coaches that I was involved with. And we're a senior team, and the coaches, they care about us, they care about our well-being. They understand that there are limitations, as some of us are older and can't do, I've had 3 hip replacements, so I can only paddle on one side. And they make allowances for that, and they keep us well. They keep us physically well and mentally well. Just encouraging, very encouraging, as everyone on the team is.
I'm Darrell Wheatcroft. I've been paddling now for 14 years. And how did I start? Well, I used to be a runner and I blew out my knees. There was nothing left on the bottom part of the body, so paddling looked like a natural alternative. So that's how I started it. Why do I do it? Well, it's about the camaraderie. It's about commitment. It's about competition. It's about fitness. And most of all, it's about fun. The camaraderie, we work with a wonderful group of people. Everybody looks out for each other. The thing that I've noticed over the years is that people join the A-team, but nobody ever leaves. Unless, there's some unfortunate personal circumstance. But I can count on my left hand the number of people that have left over 14 years. Commitment, getting up in the morning at 6 o'clock, I look out the window, it's raining like hell. I'm not gonna do this, I can't do this, but I gotta do it because I'm part of a team. So I get my ass out of bed and I go down and I get my stuff on and I get down to the area where we do our warm-ups. And that's where the fun starts. Now when we go to the warm-up area, lo and behold, we've got rock and roll music going. And we're warming up to Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis, and it's like going to a dance, a rock and roll dance at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ringing a bell. Go, go! Go, Johnny, go!
So now the next part of the fun is where we're lined up. And some might say that old guys can't count.
No, I don't. Why don't you just stand out here? Thank you. Okay, stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The trick is to remember the number you just said.
So we've just got 20.
Which one is it? I don't know. What size?
Well, that's all right. Oh no, we've got 2 extra. Okay. So we'll have to. Let me get one. So we've got the 20. Let's count on.
And okay, finally they get it together and they get the seats counted down and everybody walks down the ramp to the boats. And then the difficulty, the challenge next is getting some of the old guys into the boats. And some have suggested that we should have a tripod with a sling and a harness and a rope and pulley, and we'll winch these guys in. But anyway, eventually we get in the boat and off we go. Now, we start paddling. The first 15, 20 minutes is pure hell. You say to yourself, is this ever going to end? Is this ever going to end? And then it gets going, and the coach calls a race pace. into race pace mode, and the adrenaline starts to go, and all of a sudden, you're starting to wake up. It's looking real good out there. And you're talking to seagulls, you're looking at the seals, and you're really ready to rip. And then about 3/4 of an hour goes by, and you're into your rhythm. And the rhythm starts to go, and you know, at about an hour, you can paddle forever. And anyway, you get back to the dock, and then the challenge is getting out of the boat. And for me, the legs say to me, you can go, but I'm staying. So anyway, eventually Yvonne or somebody helps me out of the boat, and away we go. We go for coffee, and we chortle and we laugh and we talk about the day, about the good time we had. And anyway, that's sort of my take on it. There you go.